Time to bring the bass back.
Mix is the beat of our culture. Your music.
I thank God for the opportunity to make music and for that music to be on a platform for people to come out and love.
Your stories.
It's gold for the Philippines.
The next generation of creators, artists, and filmmakers.
We bring you the latest and greatest impacting people from our community.
Spotlighting inspiring content from Generation Mix.
It's just a true honor to be able to do this, especially with all the great Filipino talent here.
Discover fresh artists first from around the world. Uniquely Filipino.
Step back three. He has got that.
Mix is the beat of our culture.
Hey guys, it's Have2Ebs and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Monday, everybody. I know it is the start of yet another week. It is Monday and we all know we have Monday struggles sometimes, especially since we just all came from a break. So I hope you all had a very restful, solemn, and peaceful break over the past few days. But we are back with another new week. So I hope you're all having a great start to your Monday. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Monday morning and spending it here with us on Mix, because I'm so excited to be here with all of you and even more excited to be welcoming our very special guest for today. And she's an amazing singer-songwriter and she is here to talk about her latest release, which is called Back It Up. But also we're going to get to know more about her because this is my first time having her on MYXclusive. So I'm really, really excited to talk about music, but also life and just everything. So everyone, please welcome to MYXclusive, Tiana Coker. Woo!
Hello.
Good morning, Tiana. Thank you for joining us here on Mix. We're so excited to have you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. It's a beautiful day. I don't know what the weather is like in Manila, which is where I am assuming you are. But out here it's beautiful. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm like looking out my window right now and it looks pretty good actually. It's been pretty rainy the past few days, but today looks a little bit sunnier than usual. So I think we're sharing the same kind of vibes on this beautiful Monday morning. We're so excited that you're here. How have you been?
I'm good. Little jet lag. But other than that, good. Happy to be home. Happy to be with the family. It's always a good time to be home with family. It's been very like on the go in LA recently that, I kind of just wanted to come home, take a few weeks off and come back recharged and refreshed.
Yeah, I think that's really good for you too. I feel like, when life is so busy, sometimes you really have to slow down, even though it can be a little bit difficult to kind of slow down. But it's such an essential, I feel like, for all of us, right? And to everybody tuning in, Tiana did tell me that she just flew in from LA a couple of days ago in time for her mom's birthday. So belated happy birthday, Tita, if you're watching. We hope you had an amazing birthday. How was it, being with everybody flying back for your mom's birthday too? Like, was she surprised or did she know that everyone was coming back for her birthday?
Oh, she knew.
Okay.
Because, the past two birthdays, I actually was home because I came home for a year because there was nothing happening in LA during the pandemic. So, I have spent her past two birthdays with her. So I was like, I kind of want to spend it again with her. And my niece's birthday is like in 2 weeks. So I'm just kind of throwing everything in one trip. So, yeah.
Oh, we love that. Pinoys, we love family. We love celebrating with family. So that's so cool, being able to take time off to not just for yourself, but also to spend time with your family. So I'm really happy to hear that you have time to slow down for a bit. So for you, Tiana, like what are your favorite things to do? Like, you know how we all have kind of our own self-care routine when we have not much to do. So what do you like to do during those times?
Well, I have dogs. I have many dogs.
How many?
I have many dogs here. Well, my mom, she breeds corgis and she shows them as well. So we have a lot of corgis, here. And in LA, I have a corgi as well. So my life kind of revolves around my dog. But here, I like waking up. I'll work out if I can. Sometimes I'm a little lazy, must admit, but I honestly am such a spontaneous person. I like taking things day by day, but I definitely have my morning routine. I sorry. Mom just walked in. Hi, Mom. I obviously do my skincare, and then I always pray every morning. I catch up on emails. I'm also a student, so I'm still studying. So I still do class. Yeah. So
Oh
so
wow.
that's that. But in my free time, I love photography, especially film photography. So that's something that I do all the time. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. I mean, that is like, it is a lot.
It
But
is,
I mean, it comes.
but I feel like being a creative, you're kind of like a jack of all trades too. Like I grew up singing, dancing, acting. I haven't really been acting so much in LA because I've kind of been focusing on the songwriting and the music. But yeah, it's yeah.
No, yeah, I totally get you. I was gonna say it's a lot, but I feel like that's a lot of us too. Like we have so many things that we want to do and have to get done, and you just gotta go. You gotta get through it. Like that's really what we do, especially as Gen Z millennials, Gen Z millennials. So I feel like a lot of us do have a lot of things on our plate, and being a dog mom is already a full-time job. I can relate, but the best job too. I think you could agree. We love our dogs. We love them so much. But I totally agree. Like your life kind of revolves around them. Like you kind of have to set appointments around their life, and also it's just like,
Yes.
right?
Like I I feel so bad because whenever I have like sessions and I know I'm gonna be out of the house for over 6 hours, I'm like, I'm just letting you guys know I have to bring my dog with me. But everybody loves my dog anyways, so it's fine. But it is a little bit of a hassle because I still don't have a car back in LA, so I'm kind of like Ubering everywhere, and I
Yeah.
don't have a car because I just haven't passed my license test. Like I'm just not
Oh,
a good driver. Um, so it's kind of difficult, taking him like in Ubers and stuff, but we make it work. We make it work.
yeah. That's how moms are. You just kind of make it work with your child, aka your dog. But we pray, like maybe in the future we could see you getting a car too. You never know. It's never too late for stuff like that. Never too late.
Hopefully. I mean, it's really like the written test that's like,
Yes, that's so
but
true.
we'll get
That's
it.
so true.
Eventually we'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 11:11 a.m. right now, so I think that could be our wish for you. We're gonna manifest that one day Tiana will get her driver's license. You guys, we believe in you. You got this. But we're so excited to talk to you. Obviously, not just about life, but also about music. Because, like I did mention in my intro a while ago, this is my first time having you on MYXclusive. So I would love to get to know more about how you actually started with music. Like you said a while ago, you've been singing, dancing, acting ever since you could remember. But in terms of music, because like growing up in a Pinoy household, I think we all know that music has been a big part of our lives. It's something that we were surrounded with ever since we were young. So for you, Tiana, like when was the moment for you that you knew that singing and maybe even songwriting was something that you wanted to do with yourself?
I mean, I guess it's one of those cliche things where I just kind of always knew because I
Yeah.
did though, but it was always musical theater for me because
Oh.
I you probably can't tell, but I am very shy.
Mm.
So yes, I know I am very shy, and so I was like, you know what, I kind of just want to do musical theater because I'm always sharing the stage. I'm never alone on stage. I like it's not just on me. And so I went to school in the UK. I did 2 years at the Cambridge School of Visual and Performing Arts. And while I was there, I kind of met a guy and I was like, I kind of want to stay here, try out the West End, yada, yada, yada. One spring break, I came home and my mom and I actually came here to Cagayan, and there was a guy at the beach who had like a guitar, and my mom was like, why don't you go sing with him? And I was like, okay. And so I asked,
Mom.
like, do you know the chords to Put Your Records On by Crying Bailey Ray? And he was like, yeah. And so we just started singing, we started jamming. And then my mom, being a mom, she took a video of us and she posted it to Facebook. And from there, like literally I got discovered. Like a producer in LA came across it and was like, she needs to come out here. So that's literally how it happened. I've always loved
Crazy.
music, always loved R&B music, but I was just too shy to really, really pursue it for me. But I mean, I guess, you know, everything happens for a reason, and now we're here.
Yeah, that is really crazy. I mean, that is like something super unexpected, I feel like, and it's just kind of putting it out into the universe and it just coming to you in that moment. So I think that's so, so cool. And it's so crazy to hear that you wanted to do musical theater because you were kind of like a shy person. But even just kind of putting yourself out there, I feel like is such a big step for a shy person. So props to you, Tiana, for being able
Thank
to
you.
do that even at
Thank you.
such a young
I'm
age, and it brought you here. Yeah.
such an introvert. Like this pandemic didn't help that, and like
Oh,
now, like having to go out again and like network again, like I'm just like, whoa, it's overwhelming, but here we are.
no, yeah. I totally get you. I feel like a lot of us too. I feel like we're so used to, especially now, like with these interviews, it's like me talking to a screen. So when I see actual people in real life, I'm like, oh, how do
Yes,
you do this again?
yes. Oh, I know. Ugh.
Yeah, but I mean, the world is slowly opening up again. So it's something we have to get used to. But I feel like we're all in the same boat anyway. So it's totally fine. But like I said, it's such an amazing thing for you to be able to put yourself out there too, in terms of music as an introvert, especially because music is such a personal thing, I can imagine too. So how did you kind of grow into becoming the artist that we know now, creating your own music and having your own style as well, coming from a musical theater background and kind of making music that's a little bit more inspired by R&B?
Yeah, it was hard because I was so trained for my voice to sound a specific
Yeah.
way that when I moved to LA, I had to untrain my voice, and that was like the hardest thing. Like listening back at like the first few songs I ever like wrote and like recorded, I sound so different compared to the stuff I've released now. It's difficult. It was a lot of trial and error, and it was also a lot of working with literally hundreds and hundreds of people and finding your tribe, because I'm a firm believer that who you surround yourself with really plays a part into what kind of product you're going to make.
Yeah. No, that's so true. I totally agree. It's like, it's so much more than just you. Like you said, having people around you too who help you find the kinds of things you want to do with your music is so, so important, and kind of just feed into the vibe that you want. So it's so cool that you're able to kind of transition to from, having like that like period where you find yourself, which is totally fine. I mean, we all go through that, especially with something like this. And now you're creating music that I think really is able to express what you want to do with your music. But if you were to describe your music, Tiana, to someone who has never heard your music before and they were like, oh, like what kind of music do you do? How would you explain or like tell them about the music that you create?
Ew. That's always so difficult because people are always like, can you compare yourself to any artist? And I'm like, I can tell you who my influences are, and you can probably hear that, but I always try my hardest to like be unique. So I the way I would describe my music is I would describe it as vibrant and warm.
I love that. Those are two really good words. And I totally get
Yeah.
what you're going at with your music, because I feel like, even though you described yourself as an introvert, I think you're very vibrant and warm as a person based off of the conversation that we're having. So I think that's a great way to describe your music. And it's a little bit more open, it's up to the interpretation for of
Exactly.
everybody else. Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
So it's
Absolutely.
really cool.
I love that.
And yeah, and I think people, especially us, like Filipinos, like we love music like that. That's vibrant and
Yeah.
like, and we love that. We love to hear it in our music, which is why I want to talk about your most recent release, which is called Back It Up. I love Back It Up so much. Can I just say, when I first heard it, it made me feel like a bad bee, but also kind of like, just chilling low key. We love it. So can you tell us more? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, that's exactly, that was the point of the song. 100%. Oh, I'm happy.
I'm so
it.
happy. Yeah, that was literally the vibe. I was like, yes, loving myself. Like I really love feeling myself listening to that song. Could you tell us more about how you came up with the song? Like what was the inspiration behind it?
It wasn't really about anyone. It was just, it was like early pandemic. We just were like, I was kind of looking at my roster and I was like, you know what? I need something that's a little bit more upbeat. I need something that's gonna make the girls want to dance, and I need something that's gonna make the girls feel good. That was like the most important thing. And so we kind of wrote it in like a very general standpoint. Granted, it's not the most PG, but it is also up to like interpretation as to what it can be about. And I like writing songs that way, because as a consumer, you know, when I listen to different songs or I listen to certain artists, I just I want that song to always kind of relate to something I'm going through. You know, it doesn't always have to be about a guy. You know, it can be about a friendship. It can be about something work related. You know, so that's, I try and make my songs as versatile as possible in terms of that. Granted, I do have songs about like previous relationships I was in, but the more general, like summary kind of like poppy kind of music I make, I always want it to be just very open. Yeah.
No, yeah. I feel like with Back It Up, I feel like that's something a lot of people can definitely like relate to from their own standpoint. You know what I mean? Like, and also whenever you're listening to it, I feel like it changes too, like whatever it means for you. I think that really is coming from
Totally.
wherever you're or whenever you're listening to it and all of that. So I think that's really cool that that's like a conscious effort that you make when you create your songs. Like everyone can relate to it. Doesn't always have to be about like, you know, romantic relationships or a guy or a girl in your life. So that's so cool. I mean, we stand a versatile artist creating versatile songs. We love to hear it. But for you, Tiana, now that we're looking at Back It Up, for you in this moment in time, what is this song about, like, to you, or what does it mean to you?
Ooh, I mean, right now, I just want it to be a very timeless record. Because I actually that song was written 2 years ago, but was only released a month and a half ago. Exactly. So I wanted it to kind of just like relate. But so now that I'm kind of like going into summer, but the thing is, it's not gonna be a hot girl summer for me because I do have a boyfriend.
It's okay. You can have hot girl summer with your boyfriend.
I can. And so I'm like, babe, let's get ready. Let's listen to this record. But you know, it's the song for me just really reminds me of my friendships and how lucky I am to have such amazing friends, because when I first recorded it, I sent it to all my friends and they were like, ooh, this is it. And so it just really reminds me of that. And the music video I made for it, which is coming out soon, features a lot of my really, really, really close friends, and so I'm very excited.
I love it. This is so exciting too. But shout out to you, and you know, having a boyfriend in the summer, still having a hot girl summer, even though you have a boyfriend, that's totally fine. And you know, like the song, like even I have a boyfriend, but I feel like to me, it kind of just reminds you of how, you know, you're young and like beautiful and you can just do whatever you want, you know, as a young, beautiful, independent woman. I think that's a great vibe that I get from the song too. And perfect for the summer. It's sunny today. So to everybody tuning in, right?
Yes.
I think it's very perfect. So to everybody tuning in, if you haven't heard Tiana's newest single or most recent single, it's called Back It Up. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. So make sure to check that out. And we can expect a music video coming very, very soon as well, just like Tiana just shared a while ago. So that's super, super exciting. And you did mention that this track was written 2 years ago and it just came out like a month ago. So that only makes us think you must have so many things that you want to do with your music and so many things planned, right?
Yeah. I think I have like 40 unreleased records just like waiting to be released. I'm all about timing, you know. I'm all about timing. So
yeah, that's true. You know, the timing of the universe, none of us can really tell, but it just so happened the way, you know, it played out. And that makes us so excited for everything that you've planned. Like I said, you must have so many like goals, personally also like with your music. So what else can we expect coming from you, Tiana, in the near future? You already mentioned the music video, but what else can we expect coming very, very soon?
planning on releasing either EP or an album before the year ends. Again, I'm not sure because there's just like there are times where I'm like, I'll listen to it and I'll be like, yeah, I think that song should be on the project. But then when the time comes to release it, I'm like, no, replace it, you know? So it just depends. I know for sure I'm going to have a full length project dropping before the year ends and another really, really fun single this summer, like US summer, with a feature. I can't say who yet, but yeah. I mean, hopefully, you know, when things really, really calm down, like here, I'd love to perform here, you know, like
Yes.
back home, do a little Beyonce homecoming. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely in the books. I do have a few performances planned in the US over the next few months. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, it's so exciting. I mean, we're so excited for you and everything you have planned and everything you want to do in the future. And yes, we're also going to manifest that you have shows here. We all know how like crowds here are amazing and we can all sing. So it's going to be an amazing vibe, I can imagine. So we can't wait. We're going to manifest that together. But for now, to everybody who's tuning in while we're all waiting for that to happen, make sure to stream once again Tiana's newest single. It's called Back It Up, available on multiple digital streaming platforms. And keep an eye out for the official music video coming very, very soon. But before I let you go, Tiana, do you have a message to everybody who's tuning in and just everybody who's been supporting you and your music?
Well, I mean, I always want to say thank you to everybody, especially my Filipinos, because, you know, we are making our move. I mean, like the Grammys, I feel like is a prime example of like Filipino talent. So, you know, I'm just trying my hardest to always, you know, push the Philippines and make it known in the US and doing whatever I can to spread awareness as to what our beautiful country has to offer. But again, I just thank you to everybody for listening. Make sure you guys follow me and stay tuned for more future releases.
There you go, guys. Where can everybody follow you, Tiana, on your social media platforms?
Ooh, I am lucky to have a unique name. So all my
Yes.
usernames everywhere is the same, which is Tiana Coker. That's TianaKocher on all platforms.
There you go, guys. So make sure to follow Tiana on all of her social media platforms so you can keep up or catch up with everything that she has going on. And don't forget to stream all of her music, once again, available on multiple digital streaming platforms. But thank you so much, Tiana, for joining us here today. Happy Monday to you. Thank you so much.
Happy Monday indeed. Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Mix.
Thank you. And thank you as well to everybody who tuned into this MYXclusive interview. Once again, this has been Sam with 2Ms and Tiana Coker. Thank you, guys.